So, could Joe Rogan's time on Spotify actually be coming to an end? Seems almost crazy that Spotify would cancel their contract with him. I don't even know if they could. I don't even know if he can get out of a contract with Spotify either. But if they did, I mean, the millions and millions of dollars they would lose. And for what? Because a bunch of outdated artists want their music canceled from there, and a bunch of people on Twitter are complaining about it. Now, I totally get it. I think Spotify was behinding fully until the N Word compilation came out, and then everybody, including The Rock, backtracked big time about that. And I totally get that to a certain extent. I really do. It seems bad. I mean, it is bad for business. It don't just seem it is bad for business. I felt like his apology video was definitely not something he should have done. I think he should have maybe talked about it on his show, and gone that route with it, because I feel like anytime that you do an apology video, you're not really understanding the enemy that you are facing. You are not realizing these people do not want an apology. They want you canceled. They don't want you just canceled from Spotify. They want you canceled from anything. They don't even want you being able to use any kind of platform. They don't want you to ever be able to say anything, whether it's on TV, whether it's on movies, whether they don't want your name spoken, period. They want you cast from the record. That's what these people are wanting. And the idea to go out there and apologize to them is a little bit ridiculous. I feel like what he should have done was maybe go on his show and say, hey, look, I messed up. I definitely should not have said those. Even if I wasn't meaning it in a derogatory sense towards a specific individual, I wasn't doing it out of, I was mad. I was telling a story. If he would have done that, I feel like that would have been a lot better. But the idea that anyone thinks that Joe Rogan has lost fans over this is ridiculous. Now you got Rumble offering Joe Rogan $100 million deal to really switch platforms and just be on theirs is crazy to me. Like, I mean, and I don't mean crazy in a bad way. I mean, it's just crazy that it's got to that point. That Rumble could offer $100 million for Joe Rogan, that there could even be an outlet that Joe Rogan could find himself on Rumble instead of Spotify. Is Spotify, I'm telling you, if Spotify cuts with Joe Rogan, they are making a severe mistake, because they're worried about losing outdated artists, music. They're going to be losing millions and millions of fans if they cut ties with them. Then they're going to be stuck with these outdated artists, and Spotify might soon find themselves the one who is really being deplatformed or canceled, because it's always these far leftists are always going to look at, well, Spotify allowed Joe Rogan on here, so what's to say that they don't just start going after Spotify after this, after Joe Rogan's off that platform? I could see that happening, and if they don't go after Joe Rogan, they'll go after somebody else. Eventually, Spotify is going to get the wrath of them, and do they really want the wrath of Joe Rogan fans as well? I would say probably not, but it looks like, because of our cancel culture media, and when you sit there and you look at all these dying platforms like CNN, MSNBC, Twitter, and you look on there and you see all this outrage, it makes these companies very weary. It makes them think, oh no, advertisers are soon going to drop ship, and all of this other kind of stuff. And they might momentarily, but look, fans are fickle. And the Twitter mob and MSNBC and CNN, look at their ratings. Look at CNN and MSNBC's ratings and tell me if that's enough people that you should worry about. That, like, all those people combined, all those far leftists complaining about him on Twitter, all those ones that watch CNN, MSNBC, they don't even come up to half of Joe Rogan's audience. So I was you Spotify, I would think twice before letting this guy go, because if he goes to Rumble, we're going to be seeing a changing of the guard. we might be seeing Rumble actually competing on even level with YouTube. Maybe not immediately, but once Joe Rogan starts going over there, it's going to be more than Dan Bongino. We're going to be talking about, like, there's going to be, a lot of Joe Rogan's friends, a lot of his podcasting friends, a lot of these other podcasts are going to go to Rumble because they're going to find that as a place to make money, a freer place. And you know what? The mob's going to go to Rumble, but I don't think they'll be as successful with doing that. Now, the only thing that I will say, I know here on Rancher Us, we do a lot of things on Rumble now, not just YouTube. And I'm not gonna say I'm in love with Rumble. I'm kind of middle of the road on it. I think it's better for smaller content creators. I feel like YouTube is always trying to hold people back in a lot of ways. They want so much out of their creators. They only really want the higher end creators to be successful, and then they want the national media to be successful on their platform. That's really the truth. That's who they want. That's who they go towards. They lean towards with their algorithms and everything. But as far as Rumble is concerned, I feel like they're a lot better. They're more content creator friendly. And Joe Rogan might find a really good home over there. And I think it would really, truly, truly boost Rumble up and make it, a force to be reckoned with if that does actually happen, which is still a slim chance. More than likely, Spotify will not cave. Um, they will not cave because they would lose too much money. I think they really would. I think they just got to start realizing that, hey, you know, these Twitter mobs, CNN, MSNBC hosts, they don't really have that much power unless you give it to them. They might be, they might talk a lot of smack, but they don't really have a bite uh, for any of that. It's like a lot of these shows that are trying to cater to the Twitter mob in a lot of ways. These SJW kind of people. Um, those shows tank. Those shows fail because those people don't actually support anything. They just complain. That's it. They're not going to support your show no matter if you have, I don't know, Batman, Superman, Batgirl, Supergirl, Flash, everybody. Everybody on the Arrowverse could be a trans, LGBTQ, whatever, whatever, whatever. And truth is, that's got a Joe Biden written on their forehead, or tattooed on their forehead. It could be you could have the most woke left wing thing that you could possibly imagine. Those people still aren't going to tune into it. All you're going to do is lose a fan base, and you're going to lose like what the Arrowverse has lost, where it's not been very productive over the years. Spotify, don't make that. Don't make that mistake. But if you do, you're setting yourself up not just for failure, but you're also giving Rumble a chance to really be up there with the big boys. I'm excited to know how this is going to turn out. I really am. Um, you know what? Joe Rogan, his apology video, he looked like he was at the end of his road when it come to, all the stress and stuff. He looked like he just didn't care anymore. Like I said before, I think apology videos are ridiculous and stupid. They never get anybody anywheres anyways, so why do them? They don't end anything anymore because they're out for canceling you completely and totally off everything. So just don't do it. Joe Rogan, I hope you don't cater to these people. I hope Spotify doesn't. I hope that they realize that it's still just a small minority of people that are going to be rumbling about this. And at the end of the day, if they let Rumble, you know, steal him away in this regard, big mistake. Big mistake. But anyways, guys, let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think there's any chance whatsoever that Joe Rogan will actually go to Rumble? Do you believe that Spotify will cave to its critics about this? What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, thanks for watching, and y'all take care.